Are we rolling? Clock is ticking. It's live. The final score, the final whistle has gone on the dying second. Brighton and 𝑷𝒉𝒊𝒔𝒉 get his vendetta, his Italian vendetta. It came down to the dying seconds of the game. What a fashion, what a game. But I'm really proud of the boys. It was a great game display. But I'm so disappointed that we have to fall at the final whistle. Both teams had great first halves. You know, it was a game of attrition. We pressed, they pressed. It was a fantastic game of football, to be honest, like, you know. But at the end of the day, if it was kind of a little bit of a different story in the second half. But still, we were resolute. And I thought personally that I'd take 0-0 as a draw. And it had to be the hand of God. It had to be Luke Shaw, who I actually pinned down as the man of the match. Nothing to take away from Luke's performance, but in the end of the day, it was scraffle. Andrew Mariner looked at it, didn't really want to give the penalty. We passed the already 5-minute mark. We passed already the dying seconds, but it is football. It is football, and he went to the VAR, and yet again, he's the Mariner is the one that gives away the result against Manchester United. But we're not here to give it away to Andrew Mariner, of course. This is football, right? This happens. It really happens. And it really breaks my heart in a way, because at the end of the day, we could have gone up on third spot where we're sitting now. We are still in fourth place, still top four, still 2 points behind Newcastle. And guys, I have some brilliant people in the back room. I have Phil Brown, I have Jarvis Cocker. But before I go and hit the intro, I want you to think about this game. I want you to, contribute in the VR room as well. You be warriors, and let us know your feelings. Drop a like and comment. Let's go. Let's do this. Good evening, gentlemen. Good morning, Phil Brown. How are you doing all the way from USA? You're driving. Guys, what a performance, but still, we fell short. Who wants to give it a go? Phil, what's your take on it? What's your feeling? I know you're on your way driving.
Well, I think, Mick, there's a couple of things. First of all, Manchester United are a 45-minute team. First half, they were fine, just like they were against Aston Villa, just like they were against Sevilla, just like they were so many other games, Spurs, and then they have no ability to see a game out. Luke Shaw, it was excellent up until he does something completely fucking brain dead. There's no danger. But I don't understand. I understand if he's standing on the line and a shot's going in and you handle it on the line, then okay, fine. But there's no danger. I don't understand what he's doing. The ball's at the edge of the box. Even if Brighton bring it down, it's a 97th minute. All they've got to do is get a leg on it and clear it, and you take a point and probably secure top four. And then you do that. And if there's one thing that if Brighton had have asked United to do, it would have been give us a penalty. Do something really stupid like handle the ball in a box. And Luke Shaw did that and gave him a penalty. But look, there's other issues here. United didn't score goals when they should have. Again, they've got a striker up front that wears gloves in May. I have no idea what's going on there. Right? I mean, gloves in May? Are you serious? If you looked at the semi-final, maybe he was asked to do this, so maybe being unfair on him. But Brighton players were able to walk out from the back with the ball, and right. Of course they hit you down the channels. While Andy Martial does his usual half jog, right, and throws a leg out. United started fast where they pressed the centre backs tonight. and he all day, the whole night, because the second half they would tire. But I don't know how many times I saw United front line trying to Fernandez pressing the centre backs while Anthony Martial is in the midfield position. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, if you can't bring that type of energy to the front, I'm not blaming him, but there's plenty of blame to go around. But when you haven't won away at the top six, you can't take a point, you don't score goals. I don't think it was a great performance at all. I wouldn't share that, Mick, and it certainly wasn't Andrew Marner's fault that United conceded that goal. It was Luke Shaw's fault.
Right.
It was a penalty. It was a penalty all day long.
It was the hand of God, as we said, when the Maradona famous hand of God.
It was a hand of someone brain dead. It's just as simple as that. There's absolutely no reason to do it. I mean, don't take risks you don't have to take. Why would you put your hand up on the edge of the fucking box on the 97th minute and punch a ball away that Lindelof's going to head away anyway? I mean, are you taking bribes? No, I'm serious. Like, I mean, I really, why did you do it? You know?
Yeah, I hear you from my. Why? There's so many wise questions, why ifs and bobs. Jay, welcome to the show, my friend. Jay Daly in the house, calling a spade a spade. Jay, do you agree what our gentleman to the right here is saying? Was it a brain dead situation from Luke Shaw? Cost us the game, 3 points?
Call it what you like, but end of the day, we are an average side with average players, and our performances. I think Phil's come back here, is he? Our performances against teams in the top 9 this season have been atrocious. First half, if you're the commentators, you would think it's like watching a vintage World Cup game. The commentary on Sky Sports was so horrendous at halftime we turned it off. Second half, we actually got worse the second half. You've got Marcus Rashford, who's been exalted as this superstar by English media. A professional footballer hasn't copped on. I've driven with the ball, I put my head up, and I don't dribble down blind alleys. And the amount of times where he's not tonight. Then also second half, why is Rashford taking a free kick from 35 yards? He doesn't have that in his locker. He's not Roberto Carlos. So we are an average team, average players. We're a manager this season that is punching above his weight. That's what we are. So put it in perspective. Right now we are 4 points ahead of a vibrant Liverpool side that are playing with confidence.
Yeah, with 2 games in hand.
Yeah, forget the games in hand. Forget the game in hand, right? Forget the game in hand. Forget who we're playing. You never look at our fixtures anymore and think, yeah, that's a lock. We're going to win that one. I think we all would agree that tonight, every one of us would have taken a point.
Yeah, 100%.
Possibly in the first half, had Tony Martial's sick note actually put himself about a bit more and shown up for the ball. We may have not won the first half. Second half, we created nothing. David De Gea, second half, pulls off 3 saves. And 2 of the big saves he pulled off were in injury time because we were playing back against Brighton. So I think you got to give Brighton full credit tonight. 100%. I think Brighton a better side. They deserve the 3 points. And yeah, Luke Shaw, moment of lunacy, call it whatever you want. At the end of the day, we were second best to Brighton. That's who we are. Let's put perspective on it.
Okay. I ping it back to Jarvis. Jarvis, you are not as an optimist as me. You're a little bit more looking at it from a pessimistic side. Do you agree what those 2 gentlemen are saying? Like, my Scandinavian brother.
Yeah, first of all, big up Jay, and big up to the rest of the panel and the people in the chat. So, yeah, the game was. I don't know what happened in the last 10 minutes. Ten Hag started to make all his subs. We suddenly had the Weghorst on top. We were pressing right into Brighton's hands so they could play in behind us. And they were starting to pressure us the last 10 minutes. So yet again, a Ten Hag blunder in my mind. I think he made a mistake by doing all these subs, and because he lost the structure of the team, and suddenly Brighton was looking really good. So I'm not happy with what happened today. Okay, the handball from Luke Shaw. it happens, it's in the heat of the moment, and it's a tight wall. I don't know if he gets a push in the back, so he just flips back and his hands up. I don't know what happened, but it shouldn't happen. And Mariner, he always liked to give things against us. He's been like a mayor this season with Casemiro and all of those.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I wouldn't blame the ref
No.
anyway.
No, absolutely
It's
not,
it's
man.
our fault. Ten Hag's fault, the players' fault. It's always the same. We lose our head when the toughs get going. We don't have the mentality to stay in the game when the pressure comes. So yeah, that's my 5 cents.
Yeah, big up for all of you that's in the VR room. We will get to your chats. We just have also Mr. Structure coming in, Neriden. Neriden, what's your take on the overall game? And welcome to the stream.
Big up, everybody. Game of two halves.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it's the same old thing, isn't it? Man United can't play. I think the only game we played for 70 minutes this season was at the Spurs game at home. I've not missed that many games at home this season, but it's mad just to think about it. Like the great opportunities and the great positions that we got into in that first half. It's like it's the last pass, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? It's like these guys look like they've not played together before. Everybody, like the passing is so simple, and the decision making when they're supposed to tee each other up, they're not doing it. When they're supposed to pass, they're not passing. When they're supposed to go alone, they're not doing it. It's frustrating. Obviously, handball, those things can happen. You know what I mean? I think if any of those of us who played football, I think we've all been there, innit? Like it can happen.
Yeah.
The handball can happen, but I'm like, why are you putting your hands there? You're asking for trouble. It's Andre Manor. This season he's got us already, like twice. So
He's
don't
got
give
a
him
number, man. He's got a number, definitely.
Yeah. Don't give him any excuse. I thought they wanted to win it in that last, and they had control. And we talked about it last night. I think the Fred in the first half worked till Fred went off. I thought that we went back a bit more. I think we lost the impetus when Fred went off the pitch, because I'm not his biggest fan by any means, and everybody knows that. I say 1 minute, is it Fred from Brazil or Fred from fucking Stoke? You know what I mean? Sometimes he can't even pass 3 yards. He can't control a football. I've been there many times in Old Trafford in his time at this football club, and I shake my head and think, how the hell are you a footballer? But I thought tonight, his energy, I thought we got into some great positions, but again, the wrong decisions, wrong decisions. And this is what's going to cost us. Yeah, it's just a 45 minutes, innit? On the performance of the second half, they deserve to win it.
Yeah.
Simple. And that continues. I talked about it last night. We talked about it on the preview. That is what is happening. Man United's away record is horrendous. I said to you last night, to any of us when we were talking.
Yeah, you did.
I said, I'll take a point. I'll bite your hand off for a point. And I was, 30 seconds away from getting a point. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is what it is. But some part of the game was good. I thought our defending overall was decent. I didn't think they had, other than the first half, that one-on-one chance, they didn't create too many clear chances in the second half that were clear and obvious. But it is what it is. At the end of the game, I made some couple of saves. Their goalkeeper made a couple of saves. But I like that Luke Shaw. I like the front foot, the way, the aggressiveness, the way that we obviously gave away the silly penalty, but the way that we defended, how Lindelof has changed as well. Like we try to press a bit more, a bit aggressive in terms of the way we attack. Sorry, the way we defend. We're not waiting for people to take us on and run back into our box. We're actually trying to face people up. So I enjoy that aspect of it. But there were so many opportunities on a counter-attack. So many opportunities on the effing counter-attack. And they can't get one or two passes right. It's like, what the hell is wrong with these guys? I know what's wrong with them, because fucking Ten Hag gambled. Try to win it all. They're fucking fatigued. And when you're fucking fatigued, you can't make the right decisions. You make the wrong decisions. We're going to play more games than anybody else in fucking Europe by the time the season finishes. Nobody's going to play more games than Man United in the top 5 leagues in Europe. Nobody. And with this, and because he's played these guys against fucking Charlton at home, Reading, started all these big players. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's emotional. I know. For me, I can sort of. I know we did a stream together yesterday. I know you were saying, and I agree with you. I was more positive today earlier with Jarvis to say, well, when we saw the lineup, we saw there was no. We saw their lineup with they had the goalkeeper injured. Who else was injured? What's his name? One of the key players. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I thought, like, I agree with you what you said. Like,
Gross was injured. Ferguson's injured.
Gross, yeah, Pascal Gross, yeah. Sorry. So I agree with you. Like, I saw the first half. Like, we were brilliant in pressing, very good, high up on the pitch. It was kind of toe-to-toe, end-to-end football, very entertaining. But it's what you said. They are one of the best high pressing team in the league right now, right? They are 100%. They are. But what I saw was that the quality of delivery, like when we had when we went forward, like when we have counter-attacking, it wasn't there, right? We gave it away many times, right? And it could have gone the first 3 minutes, like we could have scored, like, if you remember that would have been a different game. Yeah. But according to my opinion, like we were the better team in the first half. But if you look at the overall possession, they were leading the possession. They were always about to lead the possessions. But we looked more dangerous, similar to the FA Cup semi-final game. I said that in your stream. This is going to be the same as the FA Cup final. It's going to be toe-to-toe, end-to-end. And somebody said somebody's going to get a penalty at the very end. And this freaking happened, right?
It's true.
This is, but it is what it is. Like, I thought it was a very entertaining game, right? If I was a neutral watching the game, I would go like, wow, this was a brilliant game, right? And it had to come down. It's like we're two Siamese twins, and you cannot separate us. And you have to force it in the end to rip us apart. And unfortunately, it didn't go our way. I was looking at the replays. I was going, I couldn't really see it. And I said, well, why are you giving VAR is checking? Like, it was a scruffle, it was game. David De Gea did a brilliant save. I said, good, we saw it out, right? We saw it out. I was confident this is going to 0-0. Happy, I take the draw, move on. But no, it didn't happen. It was a penalty. As soon as McAllister steps up, he's never going to miss. 5 out of 5 out of spot kick. This is 6 out of 6 right now. Get this guy. And another thing, man of the match, Moses Caicedo, 100% sign him, get him over the line, get him to Manchester United. Guys, any thought process regarding Moses Caicedo's performance?
Listen, I'm gonna have to go. I'll say this quickly, but we bottled the second half. That's what I'll say. And Caicedo, brilliant player, brilliant young player. He's so first. He played right back, didn't he? He played right back. He could play anywhere, any part of that pitch. Yeah. But it is what it is. But big up to everybody.
Big up. We lost Phil Brown. He lost connectivity. He's driving somewhere in LA. But thank you, Phil, for coming on. If you're having problems, big up and speak to you later. Listen, Nardin, fantastic. Thank you for coming on and having your say, having your rant. We appreciate it. Good luck with your stream as well, sir.
Yeah, it's frustrating. People, make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Big up, love, light. Nice to meet you, Jay. Take care. Big up, Jarvis. Love.
Nice to meet you, mate. Yes. Okay, well, Jay.
Yeah, man.
I mean, maybe I'm too optimistic the way I saw the game. First half, I went out brilliant, made myself a coffee. I tweeted out like, brilliant first half, end-to-end rock and roll football. I loved it. Yeah, I loved every minute of the first half. Maybe we took off the gas a little bit on the second. Substitutions came late. Sabitzer was a great substitution, according to me. He was really, really sharp. We needed that. But they were freaking, sorry for swearing, but they were like dog. They were dirty. They were getting into the tackles. Mariner was letting it go, right? And we had to. And then we saw the mental break from Anthony. Like, we know he's South American, but when he actually went in on McAllister to kick him, we know it's a feud between Argentina and Brazil. But listen, what do you think about the application in general in terms of the dogfight?
Okay, I think that the best play Fred made the whole match was to pull Anthony away.
Yeah.
At that stage, I think Anthony probably could have got a red card at that stage. But Anthony gets a lot of criticism from the fan base. If you had 11 Anthonys with his mentality, we don't lose that game. I think
100%, mate.
we still have a lot of lazy players, and the former chap that was on went on, but mentality. Jarvis, you said as well. The mentality in that team, that's not the mentality of winners. They're not winners. They're not winners. Absolutely not. And I think
No.
the legacy of the softness that was fostered during the Solskjaer era still reigns in the heads of a lot of those players. 10 minutes to go, you're away from home, that a team that beat you 4-0 in your own ground, that you scrape past in the FA Cup semi-final, 10 minutes to go, it's a time to really dig in and get your 0-0.
Yeah.
Because second half, they were better in the second half by far, and we can bemoan the lost chances in the first half. But I'll go back to my point on Marcus Rashford. How many times tonight were you at the TV screaming, "Marcus, pass it, Marcus, pass it, pass it," and he doesn't do it? And I think there was 2 occasions that Martial was actually in a far better position, and a simple 5-yard pass, and Martial is open. And we bang on about Martial not been a great striker, and he's not, and I never rated him. But no matter who you are, if you're a striker and you're not getting service, you can't score. Second half, I thought we were worse. We went to sleep a little bit, and to the point where Casemiro was having literally to put himself about, act as an enforcer numerous times, bring up the play. Had Casemiro not acted as an enforcer in the second half, I think they could have scored 2 goals, because the cuteness of Casemiro was like, okay, right now I need to go and hit somebody, I need to kick somebody, I have to slow this game down. And that was the cuteness of Casemiro. But you go through that team, there's very few players that have that foresight. So like a lot of fans, social media, they'll be losing their minds right now and be going on about Luke Shaw, and they'll be calling Luke Shaw out, blah blah blah. I don't put that loss in Luke Shaw. That's a momentary lapse. Seconds ago, I don't put it on him. I put it on all the players 1 to 11, and I put it on the manager.
Right. Just here, Piper, thank you for coming on again. I'm trying to figure out what your profile picture is, but I'm not going to say it. It looks like a cat's ass. Exactly what we are saying there. Brian and a brilliant team. We matched, if not better, them in the first half. Yeah, absolutely what I said. We, for some reason, dropped back more defensive and still matted them, and just lost through the penalty. Yeah, that's exactly my point. I mean, tactically speaking, yeah, it was toe to toe. Like they were on each other. It was like a boxing game. Like I punch you, you punch me, I punch you, I punch you. Like and at the end of the day, it just had to go to the decider, and it went over the 95. You know what I mean? It went over time. So how many times have we had those freak accidents where footballing goals are not with us, right? It's not an excuse, right? Numerous again. We're talking about Sevilla game, like the pinball head balls and the self-deflected goals, and it's just not been, luck has not been on our side, 100%. And I was thinking, wow, finally away form is gonna pick up a little bit, because I seriously thought they put in a shift. Erik ten Hag has clearly worked on it. Substitutions, gentlemen. Do you think he made the right subs?
Yeah. Mick, you were saying you thought the game was great, but from a tactical point of view, going head toe to toe against a team like Brighton, it's rather uncomfortable for me to watch the game like that. I have nerves. I feel sweaty palms. I can't see, because we lose the ball going forward. It's on the breakdown, and Brighton goes against us again and again and again. And I don't like football like that. I like the controlling game. I've been watching Italian football a lot when I was younger, and control the ball. And I was missing Eriksen today. I was really missing Eriksen because it was too hectic. We always played on the first movement. We always played straight forward. We didn't try to create any play. We didn't have any. We didn't pass the ball to the sides, crossover from side to side to shift the play. So I don't like it when we play like that. But when you talked about the subs, and the last 10 minutes, we took off Martial, okay, and we took off Fred. But the two guys who came in, they were over eager. They wanted to like create something. They wanted to press. So the first rule of the game was stop the build up. Stop the build up. Don't overcommit the press. Be patient. Let Brighton play through our sides. And when the two guys came in at the last 10 minutes, they started pressing. They were like running. Like Weghorst was running against the keeper, and Sabitzer, even he's a really intelligent player. He was doing the same. So for me, suddenly Brighton was overloading because they were playing through our first line of press. They were overloading, and then they started to creating play and pressing us. So it was hectic the last 5 to 10 minutes. And for me, you know, if you're a player and a professional player and you see that game, you watch that game, you sit on the bench and watch that game for 80 minutes, and then you come on and you do something like that. For me, that's unexcusable. You know, they don't have the IQ to play for a club like Man United. They don't understand what's football about, in my mind. That's stupidity.
Jarvis, they're excellent points. But what if Condemners Advocate? What if Ten Hag told them to go on and press? Just Condemners Advocate.
Yeah,
Again, your points are excellent, and they're very well made. They're excellent points. What if Ten Hag, that was his tactic, which I think was lunacy, 10 minutes to go away from home.
Yeah,
we never know. We never know. Just going to John Johnson. You can't bottle a game where we're drawing and playing poor in a bizarre claim. Yeah, true, man. True. Shaw is doing currently the interview. Big respect to him for doing that. Yeah, and this is what I like about Luke Shaw, right? I thought even like, you know, I put my pencil down and I said Luke Shaw was the man of the match for me, right? But I bet you haven't seen social media and what people are saying, and I bet you're not going to give it to Luke Shaw because of the handballing ruling, right? But overall, in general, like, you know, I thought when I looked at the defending lines, we were resolute. We defended as a team. We attacked as a team. We were compact, right? The first and then to the middle of the second half. According to my opinion, though. But the back four was brilliant. Like, you know, I'm looking at Lindelof. I'm looking at Luke Shaw, Dalot, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was again yet a really good performance, right? In terms of Matoma, he was kind of like he kind of let him go. Like he was like, okay, here you go. And he was showing him the line. go there, right? Steering like, okay, I will catch you anyway, right? You know, take 2 steps, but I will catch you, because we know that he has got those spider legs. Yeah. Guttering, to be honest, right? It is, you know.
Yeah, disappointing.
I would have taken this 0-0. I would have taken this point and be happy today in this show. I would have. Honest to God, I would be, you know. Because going to Amex is not easy, right? And it's calling American Express, but it was Express football. And coming back to the point where you say, Eriksen, would he have been suited this game? Would it be great to throw in Eriksen just to control? We missed that register to calm things down, hold the ball, find the passes, find Rashford. The substitution to put in Sancho on the right, I didn't hardly notice he was playing, right? But I understood why they had to take off Anthony, because he was getting a little bit too hot-headed, right? We know that Argentinians and Brazilians, they don't like each other, right? That's the thing. And he should have been sent off. That was like a chopstick. But anyway, I have, it is what it is. It's 0-1 on the scoreboard. Congratulations, Brighton. Congratulations, De Zerbi, an upcoming manager. But I have to say also, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Pappi.
Guys, we deserve it.
Deserve it. Go ahead, have your rant.
We deserve it. We deserve it. And we totally deserve it, because today was a story of horrible not finishing. Martial, why are you aiming for the hardest part between the legs? Go across the goal. Rashford, why are you going near post? Go across. You know, it's I'm hard on you guys because we're looking back. We're looking back. Right now, it's one of those things where we can only have ourselves to blame, and I say that we deserve it because we did not finish our dinner. We should have had moments. Anthony, you should have also been on target.
Pappi, can I ask you a question? If you find Martial's gloves on eBay, would you buy it?
No.
Big up, man. Everyone smash a like.
Brighton deserve it. Let's give that accolades. I'll just end it on that, Mick. Brighton have to. They were robbed versus Palace. They were robbed versus Spurs. They're a great team. We just, it's unfortunate that it's almost 300 minutes. We have not scored against them. I hope that they do not become our boogie team moving forward. Brighton deserve 6 points extra from where they are right now, and let's see what happens next season.
Yeah, man. Seriously, like, I think I'm gonna rename the thumbnail title. We didn't deserve it.
Gentlemen, I gotta go. I just want to leave this question. What kind of grown man wears gloves in May? That tells you everything you need to know about Anthony Martial. I'll leave you on that.
Jay, gotta love you and leave you, my friend. Thank you again for coming on. See you on
Lovely
Sunday.
seeing you, Jay.
Guys, like and subscribe, smash a like. Big up, Jay. You know where you can find Jay. Jay's on Twitter. Jay comes here regularly for calling a spade a spade. Man, I love your rant. We had such a fantastic show. We had Phil Brown came in all the way from USA driving, also expressing himself. It's all about rants and bants, isn't it? We got to call a spade a spade. That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, my friend. You trolled me the other day. Like, you invited me for a live stream. I didn't know what it was. I hope I didn't poop on your stream, man, because you were doing a watch along with Arsenal and Chelsea, right? But it was a big one. It was fun.
It's always a pleasure to have you, Mick, and I'm looking forward to when Jarvis is also going to be the guest of my channel,
man.
too. So
I want to come to your show.
I want to come to your show. Doing the Friday
anytime.
Happy hour.
Friday happy hour tomorrow.
No. It's not called happy hour. It's Pappi hour now. Pappi. Guys, we got to have some fun, even if we lost that game. Look, at the end of the day, gentlemen, right? A minute of silence for that ball. Solly March came back in, of course. Solly March. I mean, at the end of the day, the whole game and the way they were shooting, it looked like they were sponsored again by Emirates, like Fly Better, because they were toothless in front. They were shooting outside the box, just spraying it wide. That's why I felt like they didn't have any sort of composure, didn't have any striker. I mean, what's his name? The ex-United player, what's his name? What's his name?
Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck, yeah.
Welbeck. Welbeck. All right, Welbeck.
Yeah.
So,
well,
if this was a Chelsea playing, like, as I said to you, like, who is the most stoned player in Chelsea? That's Chilwell. Now we have Welbeck. Listen,
yeah.
I'm fuming, honest to God. I am not happy. I'm happy because at the end of the day, I didn't think we played that bad. I think we played a good football. We took it to Amex, right? Amex, American Express. It was an express football, right? You know what I mean? It was. We were sitting yesterday and talking about, we're going to sit back and, we are afraid of De Zerbi and how they're going to play. We actually played toe-to-toe. We actually matched them up. We went aggressive from minute one. We could have gone up 1-0, 2-0, right? First half was ours, dominated totally, right? But it was a similar situation like in the semi-final in the Emirates FA Cup, right? The ball just didn't want to go in. It was just a war of attrition in the midfield. But they are so good in overloading that midfield, right? And I'm saying that this Moises Caicedo, damn, this guy was doing 3 men's jobs at the same time. He was playing left back, centre back. He was every freaking where. If he doesn't get if somebody doesn't pick him up in the summer for like 80, 100 mil, I'll be surprised, man. Seriously, he ain't staying in Brighton.
No.
Do you think we have a chance? Like,
Caicedo, I think he sign or didn't De Zerbi say that he's going to stay?
He ain't going nowhere.
De Zerbi said Caicedo deserves to stay, but Caicedo has about 10 siblings. He actually, at the end of the transfer window, he put out a very heartfelt Instagram post explaining, to the Brighton fans, because he was actually very close. He was on the brink of leaving, and he ended up saying, I have about 10 siblings, and they are all, they all have this expectation, which is something that I connected with me, because, when you have, I'm from a big family, and when you have, when you're overseas, there's this expectation that, oh, you will pick
Spend
up
money.
an iPad, you will pick up an
Yeah.
iPhone, and
Send me
be
the
able to
new
share it to
Nike
me.
Air
And
Jordans.
Saito has all those questions and messages on his WhatsApp every day, so he needs a better contract than what Brighton can offer him. Even if he just recently re-signed or whatever, I know that Brighton are going to struggle to keep him. So he's one to look out for the future, for sure.
Yeah, no, I get that. When you come from South America, you come from a big family, you make it and everyone wants something like, send me the latest Nike Air, like Mike Jordans and all that stuff. His WhatsApp is constantly ticking. Yeah, fair enough. Now he's definitely one to watch for. John Johnson, I want to just big up to you, big up to the community, big up for everyone for sticking with us. It's never easy to do a post-match reaction when we actually lose, and this is kind of at the, if I may say so, this is like you're running that 400-meter relay. You are leading the race, and finally you get this close with your nose, and somebody just snatches with a little finger like this, and he wins the game by the VAR decision. God, Shaw is doing an interview. Big respect from. Yeah, I already read that. Yeah. Yeah, I meant this one, John. Sorry about that, mate. Sorry about that, my friend. Controversial take, but I'd bet my life if privately Ten Hag was offered a De Jong, De Bruyne type spot for Bruno, he'd take it. No, I like Bruno. I like what he's doing. But today maybe it wasn't his best position. That maybe they should have played Bruno more deeper. Maybe they should have brought in an Eriksen. Maybe there's lots of if buts and maybes, John. But what is real, and that's what we're here for. It's 0-0 at the scoreboard. Not blaming Bruno for tonight, but long term we can't play possession with Bruno. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. This is what you come. Now I get you. Yeah. Yeah, we need somebody, a ball carrier, 100%. Jarvis.
Yeah, Eriksen is the only answer on in our squad today. But Frenkie de Jong, we need him, and or another player like him. There's plenty of ball playing deep midfielders. So I would go for Frenkie if we can have him, but I think it's not going to happen, to be honest.
No, but what do you know, Pappi? Do you think that Frenkie de Jong has Papa Erik on his WhatsApp?
Oh, definitely. They have each other on WhatsApp. They probably also have each other on Snapchat, and
on Tinder.
and maybe because they
swipe left, right.
I mean, the working relationship. Obviously, we have to just know that like Frenkie de Jong was one of the pillars for Ajax for when Erik ten Hag took Ajax to the heights that he took them. Frenkie de Jong was pivotal to that, and he was so close. I think they actually had a relationship where they wanted the transfer to work out, but it was just the business side of things that did not fall into place, and that's why there was this long, extended, drawn-out transfer saga that's very similar to the Glazer takeover, Glazer sale, by the way. But but that's how.
Big up for your green and gold scarf, man. Seriously, big up for your green and gold.
Yes, please, let's get these sharks out of here, please. So anyway, I'd really love a Frenkie de Jong. I agree with what you're saying, Jarvis, because if we had Frenkie next to Casemiro, then you totally see a different Bruno altogether. I promise you would reevaluate our opinion, and a lot of the fan base, not everybody, but a lot of the fan base would reevaluate how they felt about Bruno. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Thank you.
John agrees with you with this moment. Hallelujah.
Thank you, John Johnson.
John Johnson, big up for you, big up for the community, big up for the realists in the house. smash a big like. Guys, Jarvis, what's the possibility of getting a Frankie de Jong?
Yeah, you know, I love total football, and the thing that happened with Cruyff in the 70s and 80s, you know, and he had the saying, it's not about sending the ball where you want it to, it's about sending the ball where you want it to go, not to run after it. So
Yeah.
that's how I want to play football. We're in transition. We got to know that we're in transition, and we had McTominay and Fred and players like that for many years who couldn't. They are runners. They like to run after the ball, but now we want to send the ball where we want it to go. So we need players who can do that. It started with the first step. That's Eriksen, but we got to up it. We got to up it at least 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah, but look at it from the transfer perspective, though, guys. Let's keep it real. I was about to do a joke with balls, what you're saying, but anyway, I'm not going to do that. Later, I will do. Okay. But if you look at the summer transfer window, what Erik ten Hag got is what he got. That's it, right? Rest assured that next 2 transfer windows away, you will see a total different squad shaped under Erik ten Hag's image, 100%. So the matter of fact that we got Eriksen for free, that's a big blessing in the sky, right? We're lucky. That we got Casemiro was just a freak accident because he actually wanted to go for Frankie de Jong. He had to divert his choice. And I'm not regretting one single minute that we have Casemiro. He's been such a game changer. Then, of course, he brought his trusted centre back in Martinez because he knew he can build a team from that backbone and together with Varane. But what I want to say that I'm super proud of, with them 2 missing, Varane and Martinez, that partnership that's been formed now.
Yes.
I didn't even notice that Martinez is missing. Seriously, I thought it was Martinez in a blonde wig.
Yeah. Nick, I literally feel like Martinez has to work his way back in. It's not a straight carpet. Even the way these 2 stand-in center backs, well, these this stand-in partnership rather, because you know Lindelof is that's his trade. So it's just been so amazing to watch how it's grown and evolved, and also it's kind of like making me feel like they deserve the chance to get a little bit more, you know, games under that belt. And we have a very solid backup relationship of you know, two outstanding players, you know. And big shout out to Luke Shaw, because there's a newfound position for him that he found this season, you know. Whoever thought? Every time Jarvis, every time Ten Hag is the manager, I'm just like, look at all the solutions that we had in our toolbox, but it just took a genius to put them together and be like, look, you know.
It's true. A good point.
I keep using that analogy with Ten Hag ever since the beginning of the season. Like, you know, Ten Hag is the master painter, right? Like a Picasso or Salvador Dali, or you know, you name it. So basically, came to Manchester United with a fair bit of idea. He has a style of how he paints, so you can recognize what his style is. He came, he looked at it, but he started with a blank piece of canvas, right? He took Fred, slapped on Fred. He took on McTominay. McTominay started moving sideways. He pushed him aside. He put on Sancho. Sancho broke down, so he sent him away, like, you know, for repairing. And then he started to slap on different players. And finally, he saw, like, you know, well, this is almost a masterpiece, but I'm missing still some paints that I have to order next season, some acrylic, right? And this is what it is. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm proud of Erik ten Hag this season, right? I'm really proud because as fans, we wanted to see what this change is all about, like, you know, and we absolutely 100%, in my opinion, better playing amazing football comparing what we've seen the past 6 years, right? We won a Carabao Cup trophy. We have an opportunity to win the FA Cup as well. So losing out today, yeah, it's a blow, but it's not that the top 4 is over, right? We know that Liverpool is sniffing behind. We have 2 points, 2 games in hand. People say, oh, well, 2 games is nothing, but the remaining fixtures is not so bad. This was, according to me, the toughest fixture of this remaining fixtures, games, yeah? So going away to Villa, yeah, it's fine. No, West Ham, it's fine. We have Chelsea bums, yeah. You know what Chelsea are? They already throw the towel in the boxing ring, given up. They might even get relegated. So they have very tough fixtures, Chelsea, if you look at it, right? So Chelsea are facing 3 top 4 teams before the end of the season. That is Newcastle, United, and City.
Imagine if they went down.
Whew. Todd Bowley, down the drain, 400 million spent. Oh my God, just imagine. What is the... Yeah. So John is agreeing basically. Martin is right back in for me easily. Yeah, sure. Shaw has been good, but Martin is better, and personality and steel has been missed. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, John, look, we didn't know that we had that hidden gem, right? Luke Shaw today was turning players ups and down. I thought I was looking at Martinez, right?
Cruyff turn when you're the last man standing.
Yeah, he did.
He made pressure like, look at me, I'm calm, Luke Shaw. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was like,
yeah.
That was at the dying minutes where we just turned the player around. It's like, is that Martinez on the pitch? Wow,
right.
Cool. But here's the thing, right? Because Martinez is also such a versatile player. He can also play like as a CDM or right back or left back. No, on the left side, because he's left-footed, of course. But all of a sudden, who would have thought that Luke Shaw could play this role? Not even he understood. No, well, I'm learning. I'm enjoying it, actually. He said in an interview.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's
good point. Good point, Mick. And you left out Lindelof. After his divorce with Maguire. Come on, you can say it.
He deserves.
Lindelof is such amazing improved player. Again, of course, he's been going from he's going from counseling, like divorce counseling, and anyone that's been divorced knows that you become a better person after divorce when you've been in a toxic relationship, especially when you've been married to a fridge. It's been cold relationship, 100%. But Lindelof is from the land of cold. He's used to cold, but he's been cool and composed. But now he's on fire. Now he's tropical. Now he feels the passion because he's playing to the next beautiful Varane or Shaw. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll still get top 4 according to John as well. It would be closer than it should be. Fulham, Wolves, Bournemouth to play should secure. Thank you guys for contributing, for making my job easy here in the control room. And also John is saying 100% agree. Shaw is a great surprise at centre back. Yeah, like that must be the surprise of the day. The best play of the day is actually, if we can call a spade, out of all them players from Manchester United side, I think I will give the man of the match actually to the opponent, to Moses Caicedo. What a player! What a player! What a player! Yeah. He was playing like 3 different roles, and he finished off in the midfield at the end. What a versatile player, to be honest. Sign him up, Erik. If Erik saw him today, he said this is a brilliant Casemiro replacement, right? It is. He looked like a Casemiro, a young Casemiro, tenacious. He wasn't afraid to give the big uns. You know what I mean? He was just right up their faces. Good up. Guys, if you have to give the man of the match to somebody in the Manchester United team, who would that be?
Yeah, I can go first.
Jarvis, go.
Yeah. I was thinking about it before the match. No, during the match, and first I thought Lindelof was the best, but after a while Luke Shaw was doing better. But we had the unfortunate handball in the 95th minute. So okay, but I can't just judge him for one thing. He had a brilliant game. So okay, I give it to Luke Shaw. I'll be controversial.
Yeah.
I have to go with the controversy too and say Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw. Wan-Bissaka is another contender. He deserves honorable mention because Mitoma is a very difficult person to neutralize, and Mitoma retook the Wan-Bissaka test, and guess what? He failed it again. Apparently, Wan-Bissaka read Mitoma's thesis and defended it.
Yeah, he does. I looked it up.
So-
You sent me the link. He's got a degree, university degree in dribbling. I didn't know
Yes,
that
yeah.
existed.
Yeah. You know, he had to write his thesis on dribbling, and he had Ronaldo as one of his case studies. But he also mentioned in an interview that this has been blown out of proportion by the media. It's really not that serious. It was just like he needed a subject to write about, and he picked something that he can write a lot of words about. But anyway, at the end of the day,
How to dribble ball.
He's a very difficult player to keep quiet, and one of Brighton's biggest weapons. And if you're able to neutralize Mitoma, then you have a better chance at winning the game. So, and Wan-Bissaka deserves the flowers for doing the job so well.
Yeah.
If there were a few moments where Mitoma got through and created an angle, obviously, but for the most part, Wan-Bissaka 2 games kept Mitoma quiet. He deserves honorable mention. Luke Shaw, man of the match. One moment is not going to change my opinion, just like Jarvis said.
We're not gonna flip.
And David De Gea also honorable mention, because in open play, he was there. My only request, David, is please save one penalty before you leave Manchester United. Please. Just one.
Oh, I love this vibe. I feel so much happier today. Oh, God. I got to go to John again. John, you've been very active today. Before I do the balls, Sean, Wan-Bissaka, Caicedo, for me, man of the match as well. Yeah. John, you know what? I agree with Pappi was saying, and I'm not gonna flip flop what I'm saying. You know, I pinned down Luke Shaw as the man of the match today. I did, and nothing's gonna change my stance on it, because he did brilliant. It was the final ball in. It was a very congested area. Freak accident. His hand was there. What he was supposed to do? Like, you know, it happens, right? I don't think the player is thinking about it deliberately. And me personally, when I was watching it, I was like, I didn't even notice it, right? I saw De Gea doing a brilliant save. Oof, we weathered the storm, you know, and people were complaining about the VAR, you know, to check VAR. Mariner, for once, I thought he didn't want to give the penalty. He did not want to give the penalty. He was told to go and check, because back in his mind, he's going to see the headlines again. Mariner does it again, right? Right. He went, he saw this, they didn't even play the slow motion. They just played the still picture. I saw it.
Yeah, that was weird.
I think the VAR today, like, you know, it's a shambles. I think they're not biased in a way. I think they're just playing the worst angle and affecting the game for a decision, because they only showed the still picture, and he only looked at it 5 seconds and made his decision.
And then he took a step back, and he had already decided, and he's like, "Oh, let me," you know. I saw that.
The VAR bus just told him in his ear it's a penalty. Yeah. So looking at the screen was just for show. I bet.
Yeah,
he had already made up his mind. You know, they said it's a stone cold penalty. Just go do your thing and give a penalty.
You know, I always try to find some positive in a game, right? I just because we were robbed at the final seconds, right? First of all, it went over extra time, right? I'm just gonna go to Google this. I love this. Google this. Google's in the house. Predictable tactics, predictable formation and lineup. This game was lost yesterday when Erik ten Hag's coaching team decided to set up as they did. Brighton were not even at the best. Yeah. You mentioned Google. Thank you, Google.
Yeah, I have had many discussions with Google this in the chats, and he's been saying this all along. So you know, he knows football, this guy, and he has really good arguments too. So I agree. He's been saying that Ten Hag, you know, he's predictable. It's easy for the opposition to set up because they know what we are going to do. It's not very special what Ten Hag does to defend against. But, you know, he has his principles, and he just wants to practice and drill and practice and drill until we have the quality and the best players. So, you know, in the end, hopefully we will be on top of the league, on top of the Champions League, and win the FA Cup and win the treble and win it all.
I didn't understand that.
That was Google. Bigsby, who is Jarvis Cocker? Hello, Bigsby. Who is Jarvis Cocker? Oh,
Well, Google this and Jarvis, I want to riff of what
Jarvis
you said.
Cocker.
And
I didn't understand that.
I want to just say, like, it's almost probably 300 minutes versus Brighton without scoring a goal against them, and there has to be hours waiting in the match for a plan B. If you go first half and you realize, you know, the whole thing for me, the feeling of the game was like, we're not really in control of the game. We're just at the mercy of like Mithoma's bad finishing, Solly Marsh's, like, you know, there were moments where sometimes there was, you know, what if it was another team with a better finishing quality, they would have capitalized on those chances, but they didn't. And part of it is obviously because of the defending and how we set up. But at the end of the day, Ten Hag, you're supposed to have a plan B and plan C in your pocket to see that if offensively things are not working out, this is what I wanted to try next, you know.
So it looks like we were feeding the ducks in the last. It looks like we came out to feed the ducks the last 10 minutes. Honestly, like, you saw how De Zerbi, like, you know, changed his tactics. He brought out a midfielder, put in a defender. It looked like they both were kind of banking on 0-0, but one, I don't know. I didn't see a goal coming in. This was such a brilliant game. All it was missing a goal, and I just feel sad they had to be delivered on the penalty and the dying seconds. It is what it is, but you know what?
Yeah.
These are football players, right? These are football players. They play the game. They get paid. You know, when you're like in the age of like 17 to 30, you chase balls, right? Once you then retire from football, you start playing tennis, like most people do. Once you reach the 50, you start playing golf, and then you realize the balls are getting smaller.
Oh, Mick, I knew
the balls is getting smaller. Yeah, we have to finish with a nice cracking joke at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, we're here to have fun. We're here to dissect, unpack the game, but we cannot forget that football is also a game, and you got to enjoy the game. You know, we got to have fun. We got to joke. We have to cry. But we're here, you know, no matter what. Mufc Realist TV is always here. You know, we're always here, no matter win, draw, lose. You know, if it's snowstorm, if it's sunshine, if it's rain, if it's tornadoes, we're here. We're always trying to deliver. We always. So big up for all of you, for community. Big up for everyone that signed up this week. We actually gained over 500 subscribers this week alone. It's been massive growth.
Yes.
We are on the road for 11,000 subscribers. I can't see right now, but we are very, very close for 11,000 subscribers. And this is all down to you, boys. Everyone that's been here supporting this channel since we were born 11 months ago. So we're still crawling. We're still trying to walk. So it's growing pain as well. Same with Erik Ten Hag. So big up for all of you. You know, yeah. Big up for Google for supporting us as well. I mean, Google algorithm and YouTube algorithm, it's pain in the ass. But, you know, he's sub, by the way, this guy. Big up to you. Big up for subscribing to us, Google, as well. And Bigsby loves you as well. My Bigsby Samsung, you know, Google as well supporting. You know, but even Google is saying, like, you know, even bringing in Weghorst to hold on to his score. Hold on to my Weghorst. We had Ericsson and decided to introduce the horse, Veggie Horse, who hasn't scored one single Premier League game. Weghorst, you haven't scored one single Premier League game. Well, look at your stature. You're like 6'6", man. You can't even hit the ball. Even Maguire is better than you.
Aerial threat with all that height.
What? You're just a 𝒂𝒊𝒄𝒌 Harry Maguire, man. Seriously. But on an attacking line. Honest to God. Now, big up for everyone. Big up for. It's been a long season, Weghorst. We're not going to slag you. You've done a great job so far. You haven't scored, but it's just bye-bye. Go back to where you belong. Seriously, like, you know, go back to Burnley where you belong, or Besiktas.
You got a nice medal to take with you. So
yeah, you got to win a soda cup. You know what I say? You got to live he lived the dream. He's obviously a Man United fan. Every time he celebrates, he looks up like, oh, I can't believe here I'm on Theatre Dreams Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? If I get paid even 1 penny to play for Manchester United, I would, right? I would definitely. But all I wanted to say, thank you massively for supporting us today. Thank you, Pappi. As usual, I love your banter. You love your humor. You always bring out the nastiness of me. You know?
Oh.
No, but you know what I mean.
Bring it tomorrow on the happy hour, bro. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
of course. This is the one uncensored happy hour. But you know what? I'm usually just leading the show, but whenever you come on, I bounce, like I get your energy, and instantly I forgot we draw the game. So this is how you forget. Jarvis,
Yes.
thank you so much. It's late where you are as well. It's 12:15 in Norway.
Yeah.
Botswana, Pappi, you're in Boston. What's the time over there?
The time is only 6:15 right now, so
6:15. Everyone that's been calling in
I'm
the
day
VR room.
to cry my tears off. So
Yeah.
you know.
Big up for John as well. John Johnson, you've been active here in the VR referee. Fantastic assistant referees. If only Weghorst could still instill his energy into Rashford, Weghorst works his balls off. He's not good enough for United, but gives it 100%.
Nope.
Yeah.
Guys, what is that Nuruddin always says at the end of his stream?
Love and like people.
Love and like people. Love, like, and subscribe if you haven't. It's optional. You don't have to, but it really, it really helps.
No, you have to. If you watch like 15 seconds of today for a little bit of therapy, make sure you subscribe. Mufc Realist TV. Make sure you hit the like button right now. And it's free. It's free. And
it's free. It doesn't cost you anything.
Get your digital act of kindness out the way, for the day, and be a good digital Samaritan today.
All it takes is a little bit of a finger movement, like you burn extra calories to click that buttons down there. It's a little bit of therapy. Thank you guys. It's been amazing. Jarvis Cocker, brilliant. He's a new additional member to this channel. It's good to have a diversity, all places, people, fans all over the world. Listen, Jarvis, when can they find you other than in Norway?
They can find me on YouTube, on your channel, this channel, and sure, I'm a regular at the Therapy Army, Nuruddin's place, and I'm sometimes a member at the weekly Armchair Sports. So yeah, I just try to pop on a lot of YouTube channels and talk football because that's what I like.
Cool. Fantastic. And when you're working, you're on the Twitter Spaces most of the time, right?
Yeah. Working hard or hardly working.
Jaga. Botswana Pappi, Football Power. Check out Football Power Hours channel. It's amazing. Crack a joke. Tomorrow we have Pappi Hour, happy hour, right? So
Friday happy hour.
Take it away,
you as well, Jarvis. You're invited if you're free, obviously, and everybody that's tuned in right now, you are invited. It's the Friday happy hour tomorrow. I think we're gonna start at 9 p.m. UK time. Sometimes we start at 10 p.m. UK time, but 9, that's the time slot.
What quiz is gonna be? It's gonna be a quiz.
Oh, of course, there's always a football quiz, a football trivia game, and then we also have a little moment where we also decompress and talk about all the football things that have happened this week, or we try to talk about almost all of them. So it's just a laid-back hangout session where you bring your drink and bring your positive energy and have fun,
Pappi, just before we go, who won the last quiz?
Oh, well, we have the Mick. It wants me to announce to everybody right now, Jarvis, you have to go challenge Mick. He is a Friday happy hour
undisputed champion in the red corner.
He's gonna
weigh 55 pounds.
And get your cup, bro. John, Google this. You are also invited. Everybody. 100%. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a party.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Exactly.
In the blue corner, we have the undisputed champion weighing 200 grams, Mick Roby.
Well, he's already telling me how to introduce him. I already have it down, Nick. Don't worry.
Yeah. Big up. Even Google is recognizing the algorithm is picking up, subbing to Subbing to the United fan channel, it hurts less than substance. What a therapy session, John Johnson.
Nice.
Thoroughly enjoyed this, gents. We'll be here for next one, of course. Have a great night, evening. Until next time. And finishing on that note, people, we are an army of Reds. You know, as what we said, this is what we're here for, therapy. You know, win, lose, draw. We're here for you, guys. Tune in tomorrow to Botswana's Pappi. It's going to be a crack. It's going to be game, quiz shows, football. Jarvis probably going to be there. Send him an invite.
Hopefully,
Are you inviting the champion?
I'll be there.
Are you inviting the champion to defend his title?
We will be there.
So who let the dogs out? Woof. All right, guys. Sorry, this was this went over the line a little bit, but listen, Mick Ruby, Mufc Realist TV. Thank you. I feel so much better. I don't know. I'm pointing there. Botswana Pappi, Jarvis Cocker. Guys, peace, love, and pitbulls. Cheers. See ya.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.